Hey friends, welcome to Chirpee Tales. It's particularly picturesque during monsoon at Goa. Nature flourishes, the rain brings refreshment and romance. Travel to Goa during monsoon was a boon. I was to be in Ponda for work and then go to Belgaum for a day and return again to Ponda. We, Ramesh, my colleague, and I left early morning for Belgaum. Ramesh was a thin, lanky, tall, and a quiet guy with specs. It was about 2.5 hours of drive. Ramesh had his head buried in his phone while I was busy enjoying the scene outside. Along the way, the best part was the green, lush, tropical vibe. The rice paddies were incredible. It was fun to watch how farmers work in the fields using water buffaloes. Once we were climbing the ghats, the roads were becoming misty and foggy through scenic rainforest. There were many waterfalls on the way. Chorla Ghat is a tropical forest surrounded by 3 states of Goa, Maharashtra and Karnataka, and a home to wildlife such as wolves and snakes. I had also read that the most special highlight of Chorla Ghat is the forest that glows at night. The reason why this forest glows all night is the luminous fungus. This fungus is basically scattered all over the Western Ghats during monsoon, causing a magnificent phenomena. In my mind, I was wishing I had travelled at night to see this glow, and if it was real as much as I had read about it. After finishing my work at Belgaum, I had nothing much to do. So I went for some Belgavi sari shopping and also some famous local sweet called Gunda. It was evening when I fetched Ramesh from his location since we were to travel back together to Ponda. As we reached Chorla Ghat, we got a puncture in our vehicle. We got a chance to straighten our legs till the tire was fixed. It was misty evening. It had started drizzling now. Lush green forest on both sides. Amongst the huge trees, we saw the sun setting. Luckily, our car puncture was repaired and we proceeded. It was pitch dark on the road. No vehicles in sight. We were going through a super curvy roads full of twists and turns. I was getting a little uncomfortable when whoosh, another tire got punctured. We were on a slope. It was scary. By now, it had started raining heavily. Our poor driver got off the car and put some stones on the tires since we were parked on the slope. He came inside drenched and announced we do not have a spare tire and that we were stranded. I asked him to call for help, but unfortunately our mobiles were out of network. Helpless, we sat inside the car with headlights on, too scared. I turned my head to look outside the closed window and there lied glowing wonderland. I would have never ever imagined. This forest was glowing even in this heavy rain. The fungus I had read about and the wish, my wish. I guess the genie had granted me my wish to see the glowing forest at night. It looked like an exact scene from the movie Avatar. Beautiful, surreal, awesome. Something that you have to see it yourself to believe. But was this what I wished for? To be stranded on a rainy night on an eerie mountain with 2 hardly known persons in the dark? Not knowing what to do, I turned on my favorite playlist of Salman Khan songs to keep myself composed. I was now getting both worried and scared at the same time. When Ramesh looked at me and said, "Do you know, people say that the ghost of a mysterious girl tries to stop vehicles passing this stretch. And when someone refuses to do so, the car meets with a major accident." Creepy, isn't it? While he was saying this, he started yelling, "See! Can you see something shining in the bushes? There, on the right side. It's not fungi, something else." My phone battery died at that precise moment and there was a dead silence. Our driver nor I could see anything or hear anything. Ramesh had closed his eyes and told us to close too. How could I? Suddenly, Ramesh started yelling again. It's her, that mysterious girl. She's wearing muddy clothes. She's now in front of our car. See, her curly hair are flying. She's crying so loud. Oh God, I cannot take this. She's sounding like a roaring lion. Why is she opening her mouth? She will suck our car. Ramesh was now crying loudly. I'm sure he must have gone white on his face. I could feel it. He had closed his eyes again, hands on his ears. I too did that, though I couldn't see nor hear anything. Ramesh was scaring me to death. Like him, I too was shivering. The driver kept saying, there is nothing, there is nothing. I could only see the glowing mountains, foggy roads with heavy rains from the rays of the car headlights. I could hear the thundering and the sound of the rain. Ramesh was still crying and yelling at the same time, asking the driver, please, start the car, fast, do something. When a passing truck stopped, our driver requested the truck driver to give us a lift. In those headlights, I could see another big-eyed, big-mustached man in the truck next to the driver. Our driver turned to us and said, we will not get any lift now. We must go with them. Without even thinking for a fraction, I firmly refused. How could I go in that truck with such unknown, scary-looking men in this kind of situation? I made up my mind to remain in the car. But Ramesh's state was so bad, he jumped up and ran outside the car to sit in the truck. I let him go. With no choice left now, it was only my car driver and me. My heart was beating fast. I was sweating with fright. My eyes wide open. The driver saw my plight and put some bhakti songs on the car deck. After almost an hour of wait, a jeep halted. It was full of sari-clad women traveling back from a wedding. They saw our plight and asked if we needed a lift. I immediately jumped in with them. The driver sat next to the jeep driver. It was a long way yet to Goa. The road was hardly seen due to heavy rains, turns and hairpin twists. We were praying we reach Ponda safely, and we did. It was past midnight now. I was dropped at my boutique hotel. The gate was closed. I rang the bell. I was completely drenched now. It must have been my 15th ring when a sleepy watchman came with an umbrella and let me in. There were no lights at the reception and everyone was sleeping. It was quite weird and scary too. But of course, it was better than the guards. I went up to my room and called my worried loved ones, narrating the incident. I could not sleep a wink and was waiting for the morning to leave for Mumbai. The next morning, I learned that the hotel staff had faini and was sleeping, thinking no one would check in so late in such heavy rains. I also learned Ramesh was not well and had to be hospitalized. I spoke to him when he became well, and till date he swears by what he saw. And for me, it remains an unsolved mystery. So friends, I don't know. You have to decide if you believe that's possible or not. It's an interesting one. Hasta la vista. फिर मिलेंगे हम लोग in my next video of Chirpee Tales.